Nobody knows the exact location of this movie scene. I found the location of the final scene from The Russians Are Coming, 1966 movie. This is a fun little comedy you should check out on Tubi. The film is set on a fictional island, Gloucester Island, Massachusetts, but is known to have been filmed in Mendocino and Fort Bragg, California along the coast. I'll add in, there were a few scenes shot in Westport, California as well. I was surprised not many of the exact scene locations from this film have been identified. I found many of them and submitted them to the SetJetters movie scene location app. But I was mostly interested in my favorite character from the film and finding the exact location of the final moment of the film here. This was going to be tough. It took me a while, but I found the Palm Court bar scene where the town drunk, Luther Grilk, is told to get his horse Beatrice and ride through town warning people the Russians are coming. The bar is actually a Marine Research Center at Noyo Harbor, Fort Bragg, that you can see here. This is Luther running out of the building as compared to the shot sink. You can see this building in the background is the same one, and the Marine Center here is the bar, even though we can't see the old main door. I figured they may have kept this minor character's scenes isolated to the Fort Bragg area, but I couldn't find any locations that matched up to this field, fence, coastline, or this street. I had to move my search over to the other area used, Mendocino, and began looking for fields. Assuming if they used a horse, they would shoot all the horse scenes in the same area, including the final shot. I eventually found a likely candidate for the field and fence scene. This field has a long straight road going to the sea, which I needed. Then I looked at the structures to see if anything was left from the 1965 filming. This shed looks like the same one in the film with the vertical board and batten, side gable entry, and the same size. I believe this is where he crossed the road to meet his horse, Beatrice. Confident this is it, I look up and down the old fence line and find some of the wooden fence posts remaining. Very cool. You can see in this shot sink, this is where Luther crossed the road, and here's where he talked to Beatrice. And this is the field he was running through, and eventually we see this is the location where he gave up chasing Beatrice. But where's the final scene? I had a suspicion it was in this area. I started looking for clues in the scene, a narrow street, this gabled two-story house with a porch, the fence, this salt box house in the background, and this shed on the right side, all with a headland in the far horizon. It has to be a narrow street looking out at the water and a headland. I figure it must be in this area and one of these streets. I start looking around and find a likely candidate. This house here. There isn't a porch anymore, but the roof and gables seem to line up. The door is in the right place, and I'm guessing they must have filled in the porch over time. The street is narrow. The house down the lane looks like a salt box and even has a second roof behind it. There's a headland in the distance, and if we look to the left, there's a fence and what looks like a flat roof shed, now with a gable on it. With all these indicators, I can confirm that Rundle Street, Mendocino is the exact location where Luther reared up on Beatrice, proclaiming the Russians are coming in the final moment of this fun comedy. I hope you get a chance to visit the location with the SetJetters movie location app. Check out my other movie location videos. Try SetJetters movie app. Have a movie location you want me to find, I'll find it.